What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the 1894. I'm Dara. I have Joe with me here today. We're talking about Fulham. Quick video, quick, get the thoughts across. Joe, go straight into it.
Well, I was at this game, and, well, attendance wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but I mean, the game itself, typical that we start, we go 1-0 down. I genuinely don't know how it happened. They kind of just went up the other end, and I'm like, oh, they've got a chance. Let's see what happens here. They squared in, it's 1-0. It's taking 2 minutes, but I mean, in the end, Fulham were no match. They put out a decently strong team, to be fair to them. I know they had Mitrovic playing, and they had Carvalho, who didn't end up going to Liverpool, but he played, he scored. But they surprised me how strong they went. I think Pep went pretty strong as well. Not surprised me, though, because he'd gone strong in cup games before. Clearly cares about them, at least to a certain extent. But, I mean, second half, I think we blew them away. I don't think they really had a kick in the second half. Which is typical, really. One half better than another. It kind of sums up our season, or seasons. Yeah,
no, look, to be honest, I thought he was going to go a lot stronger. I know Sam Lee certainly shared that as well. He thought Diaz was going to... I don't think we predicted Diaz, but we definitely... I thought that he would have put out a bit of a stronger 11 than that, but it doesn't matter. We got the job done regardless. One man we have to talk about straight away, Jack Grealish. What were your thoughts on him?
In the first half, he wasn't great, if I'm going to be honest. Now, that was when they were attacking the goal. In my side of the stadium, he looked afraid to shoot. He didn't know what to do with the ball. He made some good runs into some good positions, but the final product again was just off. Second half, he livened up a bit. He obviously won the pen. Great play. They didn't show a replay, so I haven't watched it back, and it was the other end of the pitch, so I'm just assuming that there was enough for it to be given, and great penalty by Mahrez, but he livened up a little bit. I think taking him off, well, I can understand because he wasn't overall great in the game. He just livened up a little bit. He'd got himself more involved in the game. He was just starting to make things happen a little bit, and you know, he's switching from left to centre to midfield. So bit of a weird one for me. If you're gonna try to play him into form, surely you want to keep him on when he starts to produce on the pitch. But at the end of the day, Pep knows what he's doing, and I was glad to see McAtee come on because he was absolutely phenomenal when he came on. He's incredible. His technical ability is off the charts.
Yeah, he's a player beyond his years, McAtee. I thought he was fantastic. But my thoughts on Grealish be very similar. I thought he livened up. He was taken off the wrong time. I think, now you can call me stupid, but I thought he was fairly fortunate to get the penalty. I think the ball was gone completely. Now it's a foul, but the question of was the ball gone? I didn't think there was a chance of him getting to that ball. So it's rather fortunate, but it is a foul at the same time, so it's a 50-50. You mentioned McAtee. I thought he was great when he came on. I think it's just pure, it's like David Silva was there. To be honest, he's not as good as David Silva, but it was like he was there. The presence he had, just getting the ball, head down, run and find the pass. He was great. But we mentioned him. There was a man who was back today, Joe, Liam Delap. He got on for about, 15-20 minutes. I thought he was really good. He's bulked up a little bit, shoving men off the ball, got into a great position for the goal. It was a shame he was offside. But what did you make of him in the few-minute cameo we got?
Again, I take your word for it that he was miles offside because I can't find it anywhere.
I've watched the back. He is miles off.
Yeah, but I mean, again, it shows that what a typical number 9 can add. You know, we've crossed it into the box. He's got his head on it, and we've scored. It shows what we can add. Well, again, don't really need one. It shows that it is there. Potential is there. You know, the future with that looks bright. And again, he's 18, 19, something along those lines. And he was bullying the Fulham defenders who are like, well, apart from Tosin, I can't say his second name. I'm just going to call him Tosin.
You can get away with calling him Tosin.
Apart from him, who's early 20s, he was bullying the Fulham defenders. He shook them off. He kept the ball really well. He was dropping, actually, which surprised me. You wouldn't really normally see a typical 9 drop and pick up the ball and, you know, play a few give and goes, a few 1-2s here and there. And he was always threatening on that last man to make a last man run, which pushed that Fulham backline back to give the players like McAtee a little bit more space to run into. And again, it worked when he came on. I'm a little bit disappointed not to have seen him for too long. Again, Pep and subs, they just, sometimes they come off, sometimes they don't. It's wild. But at the end of the day, I wasn't even expecting him to be in the squad in the first place because of how long he's missed with injury. So I was just glad to see him back. And the future looks bright. I know I've said in the Discord a few times that I think his career at City is finished because he just keeps getting injured. But You never know. I mean, with how he played in that little short 20 minutes or so, he looked good. It was very good.
Yeah, it was definitely a case of having a bit of everything dropping into the channels. Being as big as he is, he's able to bully whoever he wants as well, like you said. I was also teetering across the edge of he's probably not going to make it here. But seeing that, like, you know, I don't care if it's championship defence or experienced football, as he's coming out of the under-23s. He's about my age, if not a bit younger, and he is like he looks unbelievable. He was very, very good when he came out. I was really happy. Again, like you said, he's 6'3", and he's dropping into the channels as if we had Foden or Grealish there. Outstanding. I was really, really happy to see him. But we'll go straight onto the player ratings. Stefan to 7. I mean, he couldn't have done much for the goal. I mean, it was right in front of him. It was a very flash save. If he had pulled it off now, he would have been getting an 8 or 9, to be honest with you, but he didn't have much else to do. Cancelo gets an 8. I thought he was very important in I thought he was crucial in the build up to the first goal with the outside the ball pass. I thought it was really nice, and I thought he just made a couple of decent recovery tackles. He wasn't stand out, but he was just fine. You know, Walker gets a 7. You know, that stupid mental lapse that he gets is just creeping its way back in. We saw it at Leipzig with a red card. We saw it today with a yellow card. If he accumulates enough bookings, it could end up costing us again. We don't want that. And Stones gets a 9. Obviously scored a goal. Very, very well worked corner routines today, actually, we can talk about. But he's got the header off of De Bruyne across, and it was a great header. It was really good. It was good to see 2 or 3 players on that spot, and we got it in, so that's all that matters, really. And then Ake beside him, again, he had the headband on. I think we added the point for the headband. He was good. Again, not much to do. Joe, tell me about the defence.
Again, most of Fulham's chances came in the first half, and that's when I thought we were most vulnerable defensively. I think in the first half we were a bit all over the place at the back, which is to be expected. We've had a 2 week break. 2 months? No, not 2 months. 2 week break, and again, players like Stones hasn't played much football. Ake a bit similar, though he played quite a fair bit. Played a couple of games before the break.
Left back, in fairness.
Yeah, he played a left back. I think I'm teetering towards the edge now of him looking better at left back than centre back at this moment in time. Which again, it's surprising, but you know, he can cover both. Still, he still does a job at centre half. He has enough pace to get back and recover. That back line did that exact same thing when Fulham tried to counter and play a ball in behind, which it didn't work for them because they had Mitrovic. He's not going to run in behind in the channels. He's not. He's the target man. They dealt with it really well. And again, Walker would have got an 8 if he didn't clean through someone at like 10 seconds before the half-time whistle and get himself booked. It's needless. And I hope his reckless side, his stupid side, isn't coming back out, because we don't need it at this point in the season. We can't afford him to be picking up domestic suspensions for picking up too many yellow cards or even a red card. We can't afford it at this moment in time. So again, not much to do. Stones, again, I thought Stones was standout, to be fair to him, like defensively, and again, he scored the goal, good header, and it shows that we can actually take normal corners and score from them. We don't have to take them short all the time.
I actually thought short corners were really well worked today. It was like, I know you're not a mad Ultimate Team head, but that little corner glitch, it was really similar to that. I don't know, it was very strange. We kept taking that weird short corner, but it came off a good few times. He got into good positions from it. Just nothing really came at him. They're going into the midfield. Fernandinho, it's a sad day to announce his legs may have gone. He was serviceable. Thought he was still pretty good, but it's not the same heights, and he hasn't been hitting the same heights, which you can only expect. He's what, 36, Joe? 36,
36, 37, something like that.
Yeah,
he's
like
old.
He's not LeBron James, like, you know what I mean? He can't keep it up for that long. But like, he's tiring. He was always going to tire, and I think we're seeing the end of it. I think we talked about it on the stream as well. It's probably the love affair is probably over, unfortunately. But if you want to stick around, do your Udonis Haslem and just sit in there, that's fine. Gundogan gets an 8. I thought he was great. I thought him dropping into the pretty much a false 9 position as well was great. And he did it alongside De Bruyne, who I thought was fucking spectacular today. I thought he was great. I don't care who it was against. It's still professional footballers. His pressing was unreal. I noticed it from like the 3rd minute on. Pressing and got the ball back straight away. It looked like he had a renewed sense of get me back in this team, even though he hasn't been dropped. It was like he hadn't been playing in the team for 2 weeks, whereas they had. It was like he'd been dropped and he came back with a point to prove. He was great. His pressing was great. His runs, he was so direct with it. He didn't keep playing these stupid fucking Hollywood balls. He did once or twice, but you can forgive it once or twice if he's putting out the output he did today. His burst through, him winning the ball back and getting the burst through for Mahrez, the second goal, or the own goal, however you want to look at it, was unreal. It was vintage De Bruyne, and I'm hoping it's the start of the remontada. What did you think of not only just the midfield? I want to focus a little bit on De Bruyne because we've been giving him so much stick lately.
I don't think it's a sad day, but I don't think it's the day we announced Fernandinho being finished. I think that's already been announced. He's just not got the legs for it anymore. He just doesn't. He can't get around the pitch as much as he used to. He can't break up. It's natural. At 37 for a footballer, for any professional athlete at 30, in your mid to late 30s, of course you're going to slow down. But, well, bar one. Of course you're going to slow down. And, I mean, look, it was always going to come. It was always a sort of give him a 1 year contract, see how he holds up. If he's still going strong, give him another one. I think it might be time to call it quits, though, which is unfortunate. But if he can't keep it up, if he can't, you know, we're not asking for 8s, 9s, 10 out of 10s. We've got Rodri to do that in the league games and stuff. We don't need him to do that. Him getting 7s means he's still serviceable in types of games like these. If we have most of the ball, he'll still be good because he can still do things with the ball. It's without the ball and the transition that it just kills us. He just can't keep up. And again, in games like this, he's all right. If Rodri gets injured, then I don't know. We'd be lucky. We miss him when he's not playing. And then Gundogan, great movement, great positioning for the goal. Business as usual for him. Just kind of sits there silently, does his thing, pops up with a goal if he needs it. Equaliser today. Again, what more can be said? I think if he wants to stake his place back in the team, like Stones, he needs to have games like this where, you know, when he's given the opportunity, he plays well, and he did. He played well today. He got his goal. Both of them got a goal. So, you know, players in them positions need to watch out. And then De Bruyne, I hope, again, like you, it's the start of something. But I said this after Chelsea, and he played the next time against Southampton, I'm pretty sure, and it wasn't pretty, to say the least. At least from my own view, anyway. But I hope he kind of kicks on from here now. Champions League is returning in a few weeks, so we're gonna need him to kick on. But again, if he plays like this, then be no bother.
If this is the performance, I thought he looked much better today than he did against Chelsea. Now, that's coming from a man who kind of half watched Chelsea while I was working, right? But he was just, it's so direct. It was a vintage De Bruyne. I'm not sure if I'd call that Chelsea one a vintage De Bruyne performance. He didn't even get man of the match. He was great today. And again, look, he does it a lot for us in the Champions League. If he can turn up in that Champions League, I'd be more than happy to just kind of sit there and look at him in that. We're so good. Like, I think lately we've been Southampton, we've been so good, and now we're going to the front three. Foden gets 7, didn't do much, but he was good. You know, I didn't really look at him and say any standout moments, but he wasn't bad. I can't think of a low light of him either. Grealish gets a 7. We've already discussed him. I thought his movement again was great. It's Watford written all over, isn't it? Remember when we played Watford, his movement was just unreal. Has no finish about whatsoever. I don't even think he got about 2 shots off today. It was poor once he got into the box, but all around I thought his movement was great. Like, he's going to have something to offer soon enough. Like, he's going to bring something new to this system where we can go, he is a standout player. He has to be left in, like Mahrez is recently. Grealish, he will bring something. He'll bring something else to the game. We were talking about this in the Discord. He needs to bring something else, whether it's a few goals, a few more assists, just some contributions. He's doing a serviceable job. But when you're going for Champions Leagues, and you're going to win domestic trebles, you have to have him playing 10 out of 10s. Like, that's the only way he stays in this team, in my opinion. And then Mahrez with pretty much a joint man match. Barner gets a star, Mahrez gets a 9. I thought it was fantastic. I think Luke from the channel said on Twitter that he took his AFCON personally, and he is going out murdering people. He was unreal. I just love how you know what he's going to do, but the meme used to be, we know what he's going to do here. Oh, is he going to cut onto his left? Thing is, now you can't stop it. It doesn't matter if you know what he's going to do. It's inevitable what's going to happen. He is going to get 1 or 2 now because he is unreal. And again, he's untouchable at the minute. Joe, what do you think of the front three?
I think Foden had some nice link up with Cancelo on the left, Gundogan when he went over there, and Grealish when he also dropped over there. I think that was a sort of nice 3 or 4 man link up over there, keeping the ball. But apart from that, nothing really stand out. Again, he pressed well. The whole team pressed well. The amount of times he won the ball back was incredible. It's, again, you can say it's championship side all you want. They came and they played some good football. Fulham. They played good football. They played
better than some Premier League teams, yeah. But they came to the Etihad and said we're going to go at them straight away. Marco Silva's been like that since he went in with Watford. He doesn't just sit back.
Yeah, no, and listen, all credit to them. I think the scoreline possibly flatters us, although the second half they didn't really have a sniff. So I don't know about that. But I mean, look, if he's having silent 7 out of 10s, then so be it. Again, if he wants to nail his players down in this team, he's got to do better, and that's on him. At the moment, Sterling, bar Southampton, of course, where he had a bit of a stinker with the finish. Sterling just deserves to play at the moment. And listen, if you're looking at that and you're going, you want to get in this team, similar message for everybody, you want to get in this team, you got to play well when you're given the opportunity. And it's all right doing 7 out of 10s. That's serviceable, you will get time, but you know, if you want to start games, going to pull out 8s, 9s, same with Grealish. Did well to win the penalty. Good burst. Took a few men on. That's exactly what I want to see for a man who's supposed to be really good at dribbling. He looks like the ball's caught under his feet at times. I don't know what's wrong with it. He looks like he's got no confidence. He doesn't want to shoot. He's got no confidence. He doesn't want to shoot. I don't know, he's never running at someone. The ball looks stuck. You know, his first touch sometimes a little bit off. So, I mean, listen, give him time. He's only just come. He will get better. He looks like he's been stripped of everything that he was doing at Villa, which is natural when it comes to Pep. He's going to want to remodel a forward player. That's what he wants. But, I mean, he's yet to find a position as well. I think that's also harming him. He's playing through the middle off the left. He's played in midfield a couple of times during games where he switched. It's, you know, it's probably confusing him a little bit, not going to lie here. But, you know, I still think he'll come good. I'm giving him more time, but if he wants to start, he's got to play better, simple. And then Mahrez, first game back after AFCON, what can I say? Goal on the counter with De Bruyne was incredible. It's, again, press, incredible. And then the penalty, keeper guesses the right way. Still doesn't matter, it's going in. He's become the #1 penalty taker, which I never thought I'd say after what happened a couple of years ago, after Liverpool. Yeah, but I mean, if he's good at him, he's good at him.
Yeah, look, I thought it was an all-around really good performance. And again, like we said, people who get 7s, they are good. It's not us saying they're bad. I thought they're very good, very serviceable. Like you said, the link-up was really good. It's such a fluid formation now. But you can't expect to be playing Champions League finals and you're dropping 6s and 7s. That's all I'm going to say on the matter. But we have to give Grealish more time, in my opinion. I saw some people saying, get out of the club. Fuck off, right? Sorry. He has just been, he's been fine, and he'll come even better. He'll become even better, Jesus Christ. He'll become even better. And the same goes for Foden. Obviously, he's been good. He dropped, I don't even want to say he dropped off a little bit. He'll get even better. You know what this is. You've seen it 1,000 times before. You've seen it with Sterling. You've seen it with even Gundogan. He's going to play his way back into the team. And they're going to be world beat as it's simple as. But look, I got the score prediction right. I don't want to show off. But let us know what you thought about the match. I thought it was really good. I thought the atmosphere was great, especially for as many empty seats as it was. And at the end of the day, City out there and Cockney's apart again. We'll see you for the next one.